Okay, today we're going into Primero Ranch. We're going to be at this gated community, obviously, and we're going up to 140 acres back here up on top. It's a few miles in here. We're only a half mile at this point off of pavement from Highway 12. And we're going to get up here, back in here a little ways. They got good roads, and we'll get up here and see if we can get some views. They should have real good views up here. So this ranch is about halfway from Trinidad, Colorado, west on Highway 12 up into the property. As you can see, you got big views from the top portion of the property here. I'll show you on the map where we're located, but the mountains, when you're standing here, they actually look about like that. They're that big. That's the Spanish Peaks. There's the West Spanish Peak and there's the East Spanish Peak. And then you come around, and that little dip right there is Highway 12 going over Cachara Pass. So if you go back down to Highway 12 out of here, you're about, all the mountain lakes and stuff are below the peaks of the mountains here. This is National Forest over here, and this is wilderness area at the peaks. And then you've got 2,500 acres of wildlife area back up over in here, closer to the property, about 10 minutes away. You can hunt on or do whatever and hike on. And then anyway, you go back down to Highway 12, and Highway 12 follows along the base of those mountains all the way along there. So we're going to walk up here. This is the first portion of the property. There's no power, no phone here. It's solar only if you want electricity. We're going to be able to see over a good portion of the property from up here, I think. And you got tremendous views. You take in the rest of the Sangre de Cristos here, so this might be the place you'd want to be to build something. You can see the rest of the range there. And like I say, standing here, they're about that big. You come around, you can see all the way to New Mexico. Going out that direction. This is a little bench top that we're on. I'm going to face the map. Those peaks there, that's generally the direction you get a good feel for what north is, and those are west. And there's the sun, so it's coming down. The mountains are a little harder to see because the sun's getting closer to them over there. But and then you can see, like I say, you can see all the way to New Mexico this direction. And that ridge looks about that big from here. And you come around. Now we're starting to look back east. This is due east towards Trinidad. That's Fisher's Peak, 10,000 foot. I-25 sits down right there, and Trinidad, Colorado is right below it. You go south into New Mexico, 20 miles to Raton, or you head back up north on I-25, and you get to Pueblo, and then Colorado Springs, then Denver. So we're not too far from Denver or the Colorado Springs. Denver, Colorado Springs, Pueblo Airport. Colorado Springs is best flying to. So we started right here. Trucks parked right there. And we came up on the first little hill right where my thumb's at. And then this whole square here is the 140 acres, these three tracks here. And I'm going to spin around. So here, this is due north looking this way. Again, the general idea is that the mountains are to the west. So the bulk of the property goes out down in here, down below. You got another bench, and this goes down to gently right over there. You got a road that goes through the 140 acres that gives you access more to your land. There's one gas well on it over that direction, and it continues on down where you can go out the other gate in the ranch. Like I say, this is a gated community. The gate we came into is only about 3 miles from this property, so you're close. You're 3.5 miles to pavement. It's kind of hard to see this track because of the trees all over it, but a good bulk of the, we're facing like this. This is north, so we're facing east here, this direction on the map. It's east, so you see Fisher's Peak's the east. And this little dotted line going through here is the ranch road that goes to the front part of the ranch, and you can go out of the ranch in a different direction. So basically that road goes about right through the middle of the property, and we're going to take a drive through that. You just have tremendous views from here. It's good price property, good owner financing on it. It's not real steep on this point. You know, it goes over there as far as you can see where these trees here. So it's just kind of like this and goes up again over there. It's a bunch of land that's mostly usable. All this flat top in here. This bench right here. And then everything on the right hand side is a part of it as well. So it's pretty rolling. As far as mountain land goes, it's pretty level. As far as mountain land goes, it's rolling in here. You got a lot of usable ground you can play around with. There's that gas well that's on it. It's a pump jack, so it's quiet. You don't hear anything. That's pulling natural gas or methane gas out of the coal bed layers down below. So now that direction, we're looking back up towards the hill where we started. It's back behind us a little bit, but all this valley down in here, that point coming out is the one I was pointing out that it comes out to, and then it drops down into that valley below us. So we're continuing on, driving through the property. We start getting over in here, we're going to start getting off the property here pretty quick. Once this stuff starts getting steep on each side of us here, you can see that on the topo map. So we're just past that pump jack, and you can see you still got this kind of dippy-doo land going over, and it continues on back up that main road where we're at. So this is all usable ground up here on top. And then I was mistaken, there's one more gas well on the property, and that's the road that goes to it. You can see that on the aerial, the road that goes right from where I'm at. Now we're fixing to dip down here in the bottom a little bit, and about right at the bottom of this dip is where the boundary is on this end of the property. So on this side, it's still all the property. It's about right down in here in this little dip. Turn around right here, go back onto the land. Okay, we're now going the other direction through the property. Everything in front of you is the property, leading all the way up to that hill. Right there is where we started, where you got the big view, so it comes down this way. There's more than you can see here. We're 140 acres, and while you're driving here, you can see the tops of the Sangre de Cristos, and that's about how big they look while you're driving on this road right here. So you're already getting the tops of the mountains and the views when you're driving in. Actually, this would be coming in from the furthest away entrance into the ranch. See how the land goes up there, and right up there is where we started. And everything on the right side is a part of it as well. Actually, there might be one more ridge up here from where we started, because we kind of dropped down in a little bit. These are year-round maintained roads. There's a few homes up in here, but not very many. Very quiet. Not a lot of folks around. So again, all that land over there is a part of it for a good ways. Got some more meadow area down there that, right down below us here. If few little parks. This road goes to that first jack pump, that first gas well that is on the property that you come to driving through this road. And the hill that I just pointed out is not the hill we started from. That's that hill right there, that one I just pointed out. So all this valley land here is a part of it. And then we started on top of, you see that pointy house over there? We started on top of this hill here. You got another little meadow leading down from that hill. Little park area. This is all a part of it on this side too. Like I was saying, driving the other direction. Here, you could come up here and then make your driveway coming up this way if you wanted to, and do a campsite or something up there. So you get the Sangre and the West Peak and Spanish Peak views here we're coming to. This is the main road we're coming up to that we first started on. But again, like I say, the mountains are about that big when you're standing here. There's the West Spanish Peak poking around the corner again. And then here's the road. And like I say, you know, it might be better if you just came here and drove right up that way, and you can make you a little road going up in there to where you can get all these views. That sun's really blocking things out, but there's the Sangre de Cristos again and the West Spanish Peaks. And you can see you got one house across the road from you over there. So, you know, coming here and going up here gives you tree blockage and even partially of a hill, and then you still get your views going back all this direction to the northwest. Obviously you've got good southern exposure from anywhere up here on this property. You got eastern exposure, northern exposure, western, yeah, all four directions. We'll take some shots going out, back out of the ranch now, showing you the drive out. There's some shots of where we've come from. Just came around those curves. And there's the Spanish Peaks again off that direction. So we're looking over the Sarcillo Canyon Valley here again, and this is it's headed north up into the hills that direction, northwest. Another house here. And they got power pulled up to there. So there's the two Spanish Peaks, and again, they're much larger here, sitting here in person than on the video. We came down from right up there. See, we're getting close to the valley bottom. Now we're looking back down towards Highway 12. That's going south down Sarcillo Canyon. We're almost to the gate. You can take that road there too, but you got to take another left-hand turn once you get up in there a little bit. It's pretty steep coming up that side too. About a quarter mile here, we're going to be at the gate. So there's power pulled up in here in a little bit. If you wanted to extend it to your property, looks like it's underground. You know, it'd take a chunk of money, and you'd have to go bring it about 2-3 miles. So we're getting down here to the gate right now. So we're going to take a left to go back down to Highway 12, and we're only a half mile off the pavement to where pavement begins, and only about a mile off of Highway 12 at this gate.